Now for our next example that will reinforce guidelines number 3 and 4, we've got the cube root of negative 24, x squared, y to the 11th, and z to the 20th. And what we'll be looking for this time will be perfect cube factors of the radicand. And so if we look at negative 24, I trust you'll agree that a perfect cube factor of negative 24 then will be negative 8. So we'll rewrite negative 24 is negative 8 times 3. And x squared is already in simple form because its power is smaller than the index. And for y to the 11th, we would like the largest factor that's a perfect cube, so that would be the largest power in y that's divisible by 3. And that will be y to the 9th. So we then have y to the 9th times y squared. And the largest power on z that's divisible by 3, that would be a factor of z to the 20th, I think you agree will be then z to the 18th. So that last part can be rewritten as z to the 18th times then z squared. Now, as we did in the last example, what I'm going to do is to underline those factors that are perfect cubes. So that would be negative 8, y to the 9th, and z to the 18th. So we'll rewrite the radicand by putting those factors in front. So then we'll have the cube root of. We'll then have negative 8, y to the 9th, and z to the 18th. And what we have left over then will be 3 x squared, y squared is z squared. And now we'll rewrite using the product property. So we'll have then the cube root of negative 8, y to the 9th, and z to the 18th, times the cube root of then 3 x squared, y squared, and then z squared. And so we then can take the cube root of those perfect cube factors. So the cube root of negative 8 will then become negative 2. The cube root of y to the 9th will be y to the 3rd, dividing 9 by 3. And the cube root of z to the 18th will be z to the 6th. And so then that is all multiplied by the cube root of 3 x squared, y squared is z squared. Now just a final note here, whenever you have an odd index and a negative radicand, you always want to be sure that the negative factor comes out of the radical. It should not be left inside.